Hi, so we've now made it as far as the Chariot, which is card number 7 within the Major Arcana, the 8th card. If you remember, we start at 0. I know I say that every time. And when this card comes up for me in readings, it always shows something to do with overcoming conflict, with willpower, determination to keep moving forward, to push in that direction, even if it's challenging. And if I just bring the card up, the Rider-Waite card, there's some very interesting symbolism on the card. Now, if we look at the front of the Chariot, you'll see that there's sort of a disc with a hole and sort of a peg that's pushed through it. And above that, we've got the wings. Now, that symbolises the two opposites, and that would be the male and female energies. And that's bringing them together as a whole. And interestingly as well, above that, just above his head, we have the stars, and that's representing the universe. Now, if you just look down to the front of the Chariot, you'll see that there are two sphinx that are pulling the Chariot. And this is really clear symbolism of what this card is about. But you'll notice that the Sphinx don't have any reins attached to them. So he's driving the Chariot forward, he's pushing it in the direction that he wants it to go in, just by sheer willpower, by determination and strength of mind. That's how he's driving the Chariot to where he wants it to go. So in terms of the journey, which is signified through the Major Arcana, if we think back to the Lovers, and that card, just in sort of very brief, basic terms, is symbolising that you are in a place where you need to make that choice, where you will either stop or you will continue. So the Chariot is, you've now continued, but you're actually starting to realise that this isn't really fun, possibly not even enjoyable. It's very hard work, but you can't go back. You cannot unknow what you know now and what you've experienced. So you can't go back to what you used to do and how you used to perceive reality and the universe. But it's very, very challenging and very hard work. But as we can see in the symbolism of the card, you need to power through. You need to use that strength of will, that willpower to go further. And for me, that means daily practice, serious daily practice, not on a more casual level of a few times a week or once a week, once a month. You're now in that phase where it's daily. It's part of your life, part of your daily routine. And that takes real dedication and can be very isolating, can be quite lonely, very challenging, mentally draining as well. But for anyone that wants to get through to the next phase, into the next card, the next part of this experience, you just need to get your head down and just work, use that willpower. I kind of liken it to, imagine you go to the gym 7 days a week. Now, you will physically see the benefits, you will feel the benefits, but to do that over a long period of time is going to be very, very challenging. There will be days, if not multiple days, where you will wake up and make excuses to not get out of bed and go to the gym. You don't want to get on the treadmill, you don't want to be lifting weights, you don't want to be doing whatever exercise it is that you're doing. But the more that you just push through, don't think about the actual task, just push through and just get on with it. And that's really how I experienced this phase, was just get my head down, work and work and work until I sort of, came through the clouds, so to speak. Now, a lot of people, more than the previous card, the Lovers, a lot of people, when they get to this phase, do stop. And that is primarily from my experience, because they discover the quite painful knowledge, but it's knowledge at least, that they don't have the discipline, they don't have the willpower to actually push themselves into this period of daily practice. And I don't criticize those people. Anyone that has come to whether this card or even the previous card, you've achieved something that most humans never do. Whatever the percentage is, most people do not get to this phase. But we're all unique. Some people just do not have the discipline within them, unfortunately. But for those of you that do, it's really, really beneficial. So I hope that you understand this card in a bit more detail now. I hope that all made sense. And as always, if you found this beneficial, please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you want to do. It is genuinely appreciated. And I'll see you next time when we'll look at the next card.